Good morning. This is Matt Mead. Thank you for giving me a little bit of your time. I want to start out by welcoming all of you who are attending this conference. I really appreciate your time and commitment to make Wyoming a better place. I also want to have a special thanks to those of you who serve on my Workforce Council. I know that's a lot of effort and it takes a lot of time, but it is well worth the time because you are helping Wyoming and you're helping Wyoming workers. As I've traveled around the country the last few months and in more particular traveled around Wyoming, I've got some very good news, and that is Wyoming's future is incredibly bright. Compared to states that where I have a chance to meet the other governors, Wyoming is in a very good place. We of course are blessed with a great abundance of mineral wealth. We have great tourism, we have great ag, we have some incredible small businesses. We have some tech companies that have been here, and we have some tech companies that are moving to Wyoming. And as I see our picture in the future, things indeed look very good. But in order for us to continue to move forward, and in order for us to continue to be our very best, we have to make sure that we have a well-trained workforce. But we're a little ahead of the game because we are known throughout this country, first of all, of having workers in Wyoming that have a tremendous work ethic. And that's something you can't train, so we're ahead of the game there. But where we can focus on training is career technical education. In my State of the State address, in my inauguration, in my campaign, and as my time as governor, I continue to promote the value of career technical education. The fact is, for too long in this state and in this country, we have devalued what career education means to our state and to our country. The fact is, career technical education provides a great education that can provide a great career where somebody could support their family or support themselves, and that is important. But it's also important for the future of our state. We need people who know how to build things. We need people who know how to maintain things. We need people who know how to engineer things. And for too long, as I said, we haven't placed the appropriate value on it. So let me just set the record straight. In my mind, and I think in the citizens of Wyoming, we need to make clear that career technical education is of equal value both to the individual and to the state as a traditional four-year university degree would be. So I am working both with the Department of Education and the legislature to make sure that in our high schools and in our community colleges our career technical programs are as strong as they can be. I also want to say that more good news in my mind is we have had great services from Wyoming Workforce Services for a number of years. We've also had great services from the Department of Employment. We have combined those two to streamline it so we can have more one-stop shopping in Wyoming. For somebody that needs the services of the state of Wyoming, rather than going to two separate agencies now, they can go to one. And when you combine the great people at Wyoming Workforce Services with the great people at Employment, we have a tremendous agency that is going to help those who are looking for jobs, who need some help regarding career or technical education, or just to get on their path to finding a job. So I know those are some of the things you're going to be talking about, and I also want to mention something that may not be on your agenda, but is important to me. As the state of Wyoming has the good fortune to be able to have contracts to build buildings and build roads, as we train our Wyoming workforce, we need to use our Wyoming workers. And that's why contractor preference law is so important to me in Wyoming. I have faith in Wyoming. I have faith in Wyoming workers. And as we spend time and effort to get our Wyoming workforce up to our very best, we need to make sure that we reward that so that when the state spends money, we keep it in Wyoming and we use it to help our Wyoming workers. So again, the important message for you all is I appreciate the work you do. I appreciate the fact that sometimes it's not easy, but Wyoming's got a good future, and with the help of folks like you, I think it's going to be the best future possible. So thank you for your time, thank you for your attendance, and if you have a chance to be in Cheyenne, stop by and see me. Thank you very much.